Hi guys, welcome to a new video. In this video, we're making this short bubu dress. It has like another fabric in the middle and on the sleeve. If this is something you like, keep watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll be notified whenever I make a new post. Thank you. For this style, you need about 2 yards of fabric. That's the actual Ankara for the style, and maybe half yard of fabric for the other fabric that you're going to be using for the middle and the pocket. So what you're going to do is to fold your 2 yard of fabric into 4. So you're going to fold it into 4. You fold it into 2 and then you fold it into 4. So I've gone ahead to fold mine. So mine is 2 pieces. That's 1 yard each, and they are both folded into 2 and placed in a way that they are very aligned. So for the neck width, I'm using 3.5 inches. And then for the shoulder and sleeve together, this is cut together, I'm using 17 inches. I came down by 1.5 inches from the 17.5, and I'm going to be connecting it into my neck width in a straight line. The next step is to get how wide I want my sleeve to be, because this is cut together. And for this, I'm going to be using 11.5 inches. So I'll mark 11.5 inches. After marking the point for my sleeve opening, I'll go ahead and mark how wide I want this bubu to be. And for mine, I'm using 15.5 inches. So whatever I mark, I'm just going to go straight down. This is going to be straight. So I'm just marking 15.5 until I get to the bottom of this bubu. I'll connect in a straight line. And then I'm just going to curve the arm area a little bit. Just see what I'm doing. Just curve it to give it like a smooth, no sharp edges. Don't want this to have any sharp edges. For my neck depth, and this is for the back piece, I'm going to come down by 1.25 and give it a nice curve. And before I separate the front and the back, I like to notch where I want my pocket to start. So I'm measuring 16.5 inches, making a point there. I went down by 7 inches to make another point. I'll go ahead to cut out on all of the lines that I have made. Now I'll go ahead to notch on the point that I have already made for my pocket. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut out my neckline. I'll be cutting out for both the front and the back because I'm still going to cut out the front anyways. After cutting the neckline, I'm going to separate the front from the back. So I'm taking the back away, and now I'll be working on the front. For the front, I'm just going to measure how deep I want the neckline to be. Remember, you're taking from before the neckline that you cut out, and I used 8 inches. Then you're going to be marking 2 inches down till you get to the end of this dress, and then you're going to connect in a straight line. When you get to the area that is supposed to be where you want your neck depth to be, you're just going to slant it into the neck width, just like I did. And then you take your scissors and you cut it out. After cutting out, you're going to open this up. You're going to place the back piece, and then you're going to place the front piece. You're going to have 2 parts when you are done doing this because you have separated them into 2. So you're going to place them right side facing each other from the neck width. Then you take it to your machine and you're going to stitch by 1/2 inch on both sides. After stitching, this is what it looks like. The next thing is to take your tape, and then you're going to measure from your center back. That's the middle of the back part of this. You're going to measure it to the end of this dress. So you're going to measure, and whatever you have, that's what you're going to be using to cut out the other piece of Ankara that is going to be at the center of this style. After measuring, I had 44 inches, and that's what I'm going to be using to cut this center piece. So I've gone ahead to cut out a piece of fabric that is 10 inches wide. That's 5 on fold. And then I'm just going to slit it open. So you're going to have 5 inches but into two places. So remember, I slit this into two. So I have two pieces of this. I'm going to rule a line. This part I'm ruling a line is where I'm going to be joining it. So it's going to have a join in there. And that join is going to be at the center back. Just watch what I'm doing. Now from that joining, you're going to be coming down by how open you want this your boo dress to be. So for mine, I marked 13 inches. So you can make yours 14 inches or 15 inches depending on how low you want the neckline to be. So I've just gone ahead to mark 13 inches. So just measure from your center back to where you want your opening to stop. That's what you're going to be marking. Now, if you look closely at this fabric, you see that I already demarcated this 5 inches into two, and I ruled a straight line across, which is 2.5 inches on both sides. So from that 13 inches where you stopped, you're going to sew on that straight line until you get to the end of this fabric. I've gone ahead to stitch, and as you can see, I started my stitching from the 13 inches that I made, and I stitched on the straight line down until I got to the end of this style. So if you try to turn this over to the right side, this is what you are going to have. Remember, the straight stitch is what is separating the 2.5 inches. So you're going to hold it like this. Just watch what I did. And then you're going to open it up. So this is what it looks like. You're going to take one side of the back, and then you're going to open it up to give you the right side of this fabric. Please watch what I'm doing. After opening this up, I'll just give it a very good press so it can come out very neat. As you can see, the opening is already coming out. I gave this a very good press, and this is what it looks like. Now I'll go ahead to join this on my actual fabric. So on the part that has the joining on this white and black fabric, you're going to be placing it right side to the right side of the center back. So it's like you're doing center back to center back, and you're just going to pin it down. After pinning it down, you're just going to go from one side of the center back to one side of this dress, and then from the other side of the center back to the other side of this dress. And you're going to stitch by 1/2 inch. After stitching it down, this is what it looks like. See the opening? I'll also be attaching the black and white fabric on the sleeve area, and to do that, you're just going to measure the sleeve from one end to the other. I think I had about 22 inches. So I cut out a piece that's about 23 inches long and 2 inches wide on fold. So if you open this up, it's going to give you 4 inches, but it's 2 inches wide on fold. So you're just going to place in the part that is open. So this is the part that is open. You're going to be sewing on it. And then the part that is covered, that's the part that is going to be facing the outer part. So you're just going to place this right side facing each other and sew it by 1/2 inch. You repeat the same process for the other part of the sleeve. After I was done attaching the fabric, this is what it looks like. The last step is my pocket. And remember, I already notched the area where I want my pocket to be. This is the easiest boo pocket. So you're going to place your hand on a piece of fabric, open your hand wide, and then you're just going to slant it. Just make sure it has like a little curve. And then for the opening is about 7 inches, and the wideness is about 9 inches, or how wide your palm is. I'll be cutting out 4 pieces of this pocket, 2 for both sides of this boo dress. So for the pocket, you're going to be placing the pocket right side of the pocket to the right side of the boo. Make sure you're starting from where you have the notch. So you can go ahead and pin this down. Place it where you have the first notch, and then to where you have the second notch, and stitch it by 1/2 inch. Make sure you are placing the right side of the pocket to the right side of this boo, and then stitch by 1/4 inch. You're going to repeat this process for all four sides of this bubu. After attaching the individual sides of this pocket to the sides of the dress, so what you are going to do is to align this bubu properly, right side facing each other. As you can see, the pockets are going to align also. And then you're going to run your stitch from the pocket down into the pocket, round and down to the end of this bubu. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other side. You're going to make sure it is properly aligned, including the pocket. Align everything. You can use a pin if it helps. And then you're just going to stitch from the hand to the pocket down to the lower part of this bubu. And after you are done, this is exactly what you are going to be having. See the opening of the bubu. Of the bubu pocket, I mean. So I'm just putting my hand inside. And that's almost all for this dress. The next thing to do is to go ahead and hem the bottom part, depending on how short or long you want this to be. And that's all for the bubu. After hemming the bottom, this is exactly what the bubu looks like. I think it came out really nice. And this is very easy to make and doesn't consume time. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.